Hello and welcome back to drama class today. I'm your professor of performing arts, Zbex, and we are heating things up on the stage today. I'm here to do some deck building with you with Ruby and Amethyst. Now, this is not your typical best of Pixel Born top 8 Ruby Amethyst list. No, this deck is built purely out of the cards that I have access to in physical form. I'm going to challenge you to look at the packs that you've opened, find some cards that have strengths against the other cards people are playing in your community. Before I start talking about some of the cards that I've included in the deck, I want to remind you that you can pick up cards for your decks at Coolstuffinc and use the code ACADEMY for 5% off. Here are just a few of the cards that I'm using to fill out my deck that you could easily pick up today. As soon as I read all of the abilities on Maleficent and Aladdin, and quite frankly, Maleficent's spell, Dragonfire, banishing characters, sign me up. Let's enter our villain era, folks. Maleficent banishes a character when you finally play her at 9 ink. Dragonfire banishes a character. Aladdin, I was fortunate enough to open an enchanted one, but there's also one that comes in the structure deck. This is one of the only cards that causes your opponent to lose lore. This is huge, a 4-point swing in advantage for you. I wish I had more copies of Mickey Mouse, Brave Little Tailor, but for now I've got one. Focus in on that. That's questing for 4 lore and evasive. So if your opponents don't have evasive or a spell specifically to target 5 willpower, it's going to take them a little while to get Mickey Mouse off the field. On the cooler side of things, I've got the Spirit of Winter, Elsa herself. Take a look at Elsa's Deep Freeze ability. It says when you play this character, exert up to 2 chosen characters they can't ready at the start of their next turn. Wow! Similar to Aladdin, this is huge. Not a lot of other characters can prevent other opposing characters from being ready. So this is going to slow your opponent down by at least 2 lore, if not more, or being able to challenge one of your characters. I'm playing a couple of the other Elsas just to fill out the theme of the deck, and Anna gets a bonus by any one of these Elsas being in play. So if one of these Elsas is in play first, when you play Anna, you get to choose an opposing character, and that also causes them not to be able to ready at the start of their next turn. If you saw our ink rankings on Lorcana Academy, you'll know we think pretty highly of Amethyst, and the reason why is card draw. We've got all sorts of deck advantage with these Amethyst cards in front of me. Yzma, when she quests, lets you look at the top card of your deck, putting it either on the top or the bottom. So if it's a card you don't want, maybe it doesn't provide ink, get rid of it. Maleficent, Sorceress, when you play it, lets you draw a card. So it in essence replaces itself in your hand. It's not giving you any extra cards, but you're also not down a card after you play this. You're replenishing your hand of new possibilities. As Dr. 𝚱𝙴𝙽𝙺 would say, sometimes you have to get those possibilities from friends on the other side. This is a great song that you can either play for 3 ink or sing with one of your characters that lets you draw 2 cards. This is a huge advantage in the game right now. And last but not least, certainly not least, Dr. 𝚱𝙴𝙺 is very powerful with his magic. Into the Shadows. Whenever one of your other characters is banished in a challenge, you may return that card to your hand. So with that, you are not necessarily drawing cards from your library, but you're getting card advantage by getting to replay this card again. Still need to fill up another 30 or so slots in cards from our collection. I'm leaning into cards with the text evasive. Evasive means that only characters with evasive can challenge these characters, basically giving you security that they will be able to stay on the board and use them however you want to use them for longer. The other really cool thing about all of these characters on the board, not only are they evasive, they each both quest for 2 lore. And all of these cards here that you see, these are all commons, and this is an uncommon. So hopefully, if you don't have access to any of these cards, you will make sure to check out the sponsor of this video, Coolstuffinc. All right, we've got the full budget Amethyst Ruby deck using only cards from Chapter 1. I want to highlight some things that you probably have in your collection. First off, Ysma. You probably have this in the starter deck. Some form of Elsa. They're all pretty solid. Friends on the other side. It's a common. If you have any of these cards, I think they're worth putting in your deck. Ah, the Queen. There's so many red cards that I wish I had, like Stitch, Be Prepared, Scar. There's a ton of them. If you happen to open some of those rares, I would definitely run them. I think I got more fortunate and happened to open some of the Amethyst rares. I did choose not to run Rapunzel just because I already had a lot of non-inking cards. Tell me what cards you think I should add. We've also batted the idea around of having some Discord game nights. If you would like to join our Discord channel, I've added the link in the description below, and we've talked about having some community games, and as for now, it's just been a great place to hang out and chat Lorcana. We'll see you in the forums and later on stage for your next performance.